It has a decent little sound to it. Give you guys a couple revs here. That's the sound I like right there, that deep. The 1100 is back, all fixed up. 'What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are down here with the 2019, basically 2020 Silverado. I wanted to quickly show you guys today how you can wash your engine bay for a little bit cheaper of a price. Here in Cleveland, Ohio, it's been pretty hot these last couple weeks. Not extremely hot, but it's been really humid hot. And everybody knows that humid hot, it feels like it's even hotter, and then kind of brings your energy down just a little bit. But that brings up a lot of dust in the road, and all that dust accumulates onto your vehicles and also inside your engine bay. So if you open up your engine bay and it's pretty dusty or dirty, for this newer truck, obviously it's not going to be really dirty. I just have a light coating of dust, which I'll show you guys in a second here once we get the hood open. But for your older vehicles, you'll probably have some engine sludge in there, some dust, some dirt, so maybe a little bit of coolant spill, oil spill, something that you guys want to probably take a brush to, but we'll get to that in a second. But I wanted to show you guys the two products that I use for engine bay cleaning. First product is Super Clean. This is going to be your heavy duty clean all. This is going to be your go-to if you want to spend the cash to purchase Super Clean. It's not super expensive, but it is more expensive than what I'm going to talk to you guys about. This Oxygen Orange, you can get this at the dollar store. Yes, for $1. Now, because of inflation, it may be $1.25 or $1.50. But this is my go-to, guys. I am a cheapskate when it comes to engine bay cleaning. I don't want to waste a whole bunch of Super Clean, even though for me, and especially for this truck, I don't need to blast Super Clean on this engine bay because it is not heavily dirty. Now for the 2001 Dodge Ram, that has a little bit more olderness to it, a lot more grease and grime, yes, I'm going to use the Super Clean over this Oxygen Orange. But for a light dusting, which I'll show you guys here in a second again, I'm just going to use Oxygen Orange. This is $1 at the dollar store instead of maybe $5, $6, maybe $8, maybe $10, depending on the size of bottle that you get. I know they have a gallon size as well. I usually buy the gallon size and just refill this smaller bottle so I can use it easier with the handheld trigger here. So this is, as you can see with the labeling, it's pretty old bottle. I just keep refilling this one, but I'm gonna use this today, guys, and show you guys how well it actually does once we start getting going here. So again, I'm just gonna use the Cheapskate Oxygen Orange for this engine bay cleaning. I'm also gonna use this boar's hair brush just to do a little bit of agitation. There's not much needed for this truck because it is a new truck, but something that's very, very important. You guys need to be covering up your alternators and or your batteries as well, or your starters if you're concerned with your starter going out, if it's happened to you before. For me, with this truck, I'm just going to be covering my alternator and my battery and my Pulsar LT, because I don't want anything getting into that connection and causing any computering issues with water getting into those. So for you guys, some other people do use plastic bags. You can use that as well. For me, I'm just going to use microfiber towel. They absorb water very well. I don't plan on spraying a bunch of water in my engine bay off the bat to begin with. So I know those are going to do just fine for me. Now, something else before we get to the engine bay here and popping that open and showing you guys the little light dusting that's on there. You can use your pressure washer, but for me, this is overkill, especially for this truck. Again, it's a brand new truck. I don't need to overkill it with a 4,000 PSI power washer. So for me, I'm simply going to use a garden hose. Just the regular pressure of a garden hose will do just fine for this engine bay. So now enough of me talking, let's get in here and see this engine bay, and I'll show you guys the light dusting of what is on this engine bay. All right, guys, here is the engine bay. Again, it's not full of grease and grime. It literally just has a dusting on it from me purchasing the truck, for me driving it for 2 or 3 months, and it's been hot, so all the dust is kicking up and gets on the engine bay. It looks like this. So I want that cold air inductions sight glass clear. I want to see through that. I want to see how my filter is doing. I want all this dust out of here. So again, I don't need a pressure washer for this engine bay cleaning. Some guys do use a pressure washer, yes, or an electric pressure washer, but for me, for this engine bay, it's overkill. So I'm just going to use the pressure of a regular garden hose. Okay, so we got our alternator covered up right here. For your newer trucks, they already come with some protection on them. They're plastic covering, but some of you guys might have this sliding plastic door just so that you can see your positive connection down there. Just slide this closed, make sure that's closed so you can keep most of the water off your battery as well. And then again, for me, I have a Pulsar LT on this truck, and I don't want any water getting into these connections here. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this up as well with a microfiber towel, so I don't get any water in these connections and don't cause any computer problems, because that's the last thing I want, the last thing I need. I don't want to start this truck up and have a bunch of glitches going on or something go wrong, because things have happened to people before, and I don't want to be that person having to take my truck in just because I wanted to wash my engine bay and keep it clean. So just go ahead and take your precautions and do this stuff. Again, for older engines, you can use microfiber towels or plastic bags. Doesn't matter which vehicle you got. Cover up your stuff, protect your stuff. If you can reach and get to your starter, if you want to do that, that's fine. But again, don't be spraying a bunch of water on your starter. That's common sense. So again, for this engine bay, you guys see it's just a light dusting, so I'm going to use the cheaper product and save some of my money for my heavier duty stuff for a dirtier job. So let's set this aside. Again, you can dilute super clean, so if you want to save some money on your super clean and you don't want to use anything cheaper that works just as good, you can dilute this stuff to a lower ratio and use more of it, save some of it, and use some of it in the way that you want to. But I'm gonna save mine. I don't need it for this job. You're an awesome product, but I don't need you for this light dusting. So for what I'm gonna do here today, guys, is I'm simply going to basically give this a hose down, get all the loose dust off of it first, and then I'm going to go ahead and spray oxygen orange over everything that I can get to. One thing that I will say to you guys that might miss some sections is first spray forward and back, then go to the side of the truck like this, and then spray this way, and then go to the other side and spray this way. This is so that you're not missing anything and everything gets touched, everything gets hit with this oxygen orange or your super clean or whatever product you want to use, and so that everything gets cleaned in here. Because what you want is, after it dries up, you want everything to be clean. You don't want to open this back up and then you go to the side of the truck, oh, I missed a spot over here. Those 3 sections, front, side, it'll make sure you get everything touched and everything clean. So let's go ahead and get this started, guys. I'll probably make this portion of the video a little bit quicker because I've already talked too much to you guys anyway, as you guys should know what we're doing now. One more thing before we get started, guys, I do want to tell you guys I am doing the engine bay first before I clean the outside of the vehicle. This is just so that if you're using super clean or oxygen orange and you get some overspray on your paint, that you do want to, as you're working in the engine bay, spray off your side panels as well as you're rinsing or putting water on, depending on if you're using your pressure washer or your hose, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and spray down your side panels as well, just to make sure the especially the super clean is not drying on your side panels, because it will leave some residue and it'll be a little bit hard to get off when you're washing the rest of your vehicle. So wash your engine bay first and then wash the outside of the car. All right, guys, so we just got done spraying down all of the engine bay with this oxygen orange. Remember, I started right here at the front, went to the side, then the other side, just to make sure I hit everything, and I didn't even use half of the bottle. So not even 50 cents worth of using this product, and everything is pretty wet right now. Again, it's a little bit diluted with the water that we pre-rinsed with, but again, most of this is still this oxygen orange, and we didn't even use half the bottle yet. As you can see it right there on camera, not even half the bottle yet, so about not even 50 cents. But we're gonna let this sit on here for about 3 minutes, and then we're gonna wash it off with the hose again. And that's pretty much it, guys. There you have it. So we're gonna go ahead and dry this off camera, and I'll show you guys probably outside to give you guys some better light of what it actually looks like when it's dry and clean. But right now I'm actually going to close the hood and wash the rest of the truck, and then we'll go outside and take a look at the engine bay. So again, do your engine bay first, and then wash the rest of your car, just in case you got any overspray on your side panels here. Like you can see some water there. I know it's not super clean or the oxygen orange that I used, but we're gonna go ahead and wash the outside of the truck anyway and do a touchless wash. So I'll probably show you guys a little bit of the touchless wash using the MJJC foam cannon. Okay guys, off camera, I just wanted to let you guys know I did clean the top of the hood as well, the upper side, or I guess the bottom side of the hood, and I did go along the sides as well, the front here, and then those sides as well. Just want to let you guys know that that's something that a lot of people miss when they do engine bay cleanings. They just do the engine and don't worry about this front section here or the underside of the hood. So that's another section that you guys might want to get. I did go ahead and dry a little bit of the engine bay off with the microfiber towel, but again, I know it's poor light in here. I'm in a garage with no light above. I got my snap-on light on the GoPro right now. So again, I'll take this outside and show you guys what it looks like completely dry. But let's go ahead and close the hood here, because now it is time for our touchless wash. Hand washed this truck last week, so it doesn't need a whole lot. It just needs a simple touchless wash. There's not a whole lot of grime on the truck that needs touched to get off. So we're just going to do a touchless wash. So I'll go ahead and get the pressure washer set up, and then I'll bring you guys back in. That'll probably be a separate video on touchless washing the 2019 Silverado. We have the truck all clean, put the tire dressing on, went on about an hour-and-a-half drive, so the truck is now a little dirty again. I got a little dust on it again and a couple bugs, but it is what it is. I washed this truck a good amount, but wanted to show you guys the finished product of the engine bay, and obviously got a little light dust on it again as well from the hour-and-a-half drive that I just came back from, but it looks a lot better than what it did. And again, I'm sorry for the light in the previous portion of the video. Try to get the snap-on flashlight in here to brighten it up a little bit for you guys, but came out really nice. Just for a little simple spray down of some water and then some oxygen orange that works just like super clean, and then a little agitation here and there, and I think it did a really good job. And now I can fully see my cold induction's air intake filter in there, all nice and clean. Still doing pretty good. Again, Pulsar LT cold air inductions intake, highly recommend this for this truck, and or the 6.2s as well. Definitely recommend that, or both of those items. But did a nice job here, guys. So thank you guys for watching, appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.